My all brethren, you are most welcome my channel Kafir International Organization. Today we will discuss due to Islamic ideology, that is the violent ideology, how many people are being killed in the present time and were being killed in the past time and will be killed in the future. Because according to Islam, the Quran and its jurisprudence never can be changed as per the perception of the Islamic followers as written by Prophet Muhammad. I am saying that this Quran is written by Prophet Muhammad and his followers, especially the Abbasids, Uthman, and so many people are engaged in the Quran description or the writing of the Quran. So this is not a sky book as predicted by Prophet Muhammad Sahib. The Prophet Muhammad Sahib was dedicated to the greatest lie of the Quran and the Islam, that is this book, the sky book. Brethren, this is not the sky book or any book given by any so-called almighty, that is known as God in English and Hindi in Iswar. Because Quranic Allah always differentiate between the non-Muslims and kafirs. According to the Allah which is manipulated or which is created by Prophet Muhammad Sahib is very cruel against the non-Muslims, which are not following the Islamic ideology, that is Prophet Muhammad, Quran, and Allah. Though this Almighty Allah is so powerful, but He is so unjust in manner that He always differentiate or always discriminate the non-Muslims or the kafirs compared to the Muslims. Why this is Allah is so much cruel against the non-Muslims? It means this Allah is created by Prophet Muhammad Sahib by its own will. As you are well aware that Prophet Muhammad had the disease epilepsy or the mirgi, and he was a narcissist. He was self-proclaimed prophet. He self-declared prophet. Because there is no evidence that there is any Allah and Allah declared Muhammad as a prophet. This is the only false and fabricated story which is decorated by the so many followers of Muhammad Sahib in very hadith. Hadith is the description of the Prophet Muhammad deeds during his lifetime. Prophet Muhammad always offensive against the Jews and the monolithists or the pagans, which were the ideal worshipper known as pagans, or the not monoliths but the pagans who worshipped many gods at the time of so-called Prophet Muhammad of Islam. I would like to say him as a so-called prophet because he was the self-proclaimed prophet. He was the greatest liar when he told to his companions, then he went to the heaven to meet the Allah. And he offered a namaz in Al-Aqsa Mosque. This Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is now situated in Israel, was not established at the time of Prophet Muhammad during his lifetime. This Al-Aqsa Mosque was nothing there, but this was a dustbin where the Jews and other communities used to this dustbin as throw the garbage in daily routine. So this Al-Aqsa Masjid was built by Uthman, the third caliph after the death of Prophet Muhammad Sahib. So this is the greatest lies, one of the greatest lies which Prophet Muhammad told to his companions. So many prophecy is totally based on lies or the factual thing, not the actual, as the earth is round. But in the Quran, it has been described that earth is not round, but it is flattened. And earth is stated according to Quran, but earth not stated. Earth is moving around the sun, but in Quran it has been described that the sun is moving around the earth. What a false and fabricated theory of Allah, and the science of Quran is totally bundle of bunch, bundle of jokes, lies, fabricated and facilitated story to only luring the Muslims at the time when Muhammad was alive. Because the urban people was so barbaric and so uncivilized, they believed what this Prophet Muhammad told to them. A well-known proverb in Hindi, "Andho mein kana sardar," means somewhat wise, better than the foolishness, is the king of the foolish people. Now we would like to tell you what has been done when the Prophet Muhammad launched this misguided missile known as the Islam. This misguided missile launched by Prophet Muhammad over choice because he wanted to demoralize the Jews and the many pagans who were the idol worshipper by these fabricated and falsehood. Though the Quranic verses has been stolen, many verses from has been stolen from the Torah of the Jews, as the circumcise custom is taken from the Jews, and the rosa, the fast, up to 1 month, also taken from the Romans and the Jews. And so many verses of the Quran resemble to the Torah or Old Testament of the Bible, means the Quran is the theft story of the Torah and the Bible. Now we would like to discuss about what this ideology has created nuisance and violence throughout the world since inception of Islam, that is 680. The many murder was done or was executed by Prophet Muhammad and his companions, as Ka'b bin Ashraf was a poet, was killed by Prophet Muhammad, so-called Prophet Muhammad, not a prophet. Because such type of evil deed cannot be done by any prophet, so he is not a prophet. This is only false and fabricated story which was adorned by the Abbasid, who written so many verses, so many hadiths to only adorn the value of Prophet Muhammad, though there is no value of Prophet Muhammad Sahib. Instead of that, he was the cruel, he was the lusty, and he was the robber. Many instances in hadith has been described that he robbed so many caravans. So now I would like to say about the killing of the Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was a killing machine at his time. He killed Banu Afaq, who was 100 years old and was a poet. He was dedicated to the humanity, and he criticized Prophet Muhammad, so-called Prophet Muhammad, evil deeds. So Muhammad ordered to kill him, and the companions of Muhammad kill him. Same time, Ka'b bin Ashraf was a wealthy Jewish man at that time of Prophet Muhammad. He was also critic of Prophet, so-called Prophet Muhammad evil deeds. He was also by killed Prophet Muhammad companions by cheating him. They both companion told to Ka'b bin Ashraf that we are angry with Prophet, so-called Prophet Muhammad, because Prophet Muhammad is not good man. So we are willing to cooperate with. Then Ka'b bin Ashraf told them, come to my place, and when they come to his place, his house, they they told to him that we are with you, and what oil you have used in your hair. There is too much fragrance in your hair. Can we touch your hairs or your ozone, your hair twice? Sneeze your hair twice. He said, yes, you can. Take smell of my oil, which is in my hair. And by the cheating, they caught his hair and killed or beheaded by the sword. So the Prophet Muhammad was the greatest liar. And due to this lies of the Prophet Muhammad, that is known as Islam, which is very fatal to the human harmony and peace among the globe. Same white the Asbab bin Barbat was a poetess, was killed by Prophet Muhammad. After that, in the recent days, when the Muhammad ibn Qasim came to India, he killed so many Hindus, and he taken away so many Hindu girls to his caliphate, which was in Damascus at that time, and they raped so many Hindu girls. They sold so many Hindu girls in the market of the Damascus and the Kabul. Because Prophet Muhammad also sold so many women of Banu Qurayza at the market of the Najd. So this is the dark history of Islamic ideology, which always created a nuisance and violence throughout the world. Islam always discriminated the non-Muslims on the basis of its creed, caste and religion. Though Islam is not a religion, it is a cult or the political ideology which is very violent against the non-Muslims. In the recent day, you see, when the Mahse Rajwal was brutally murdered by Ilmaddin, a carpenter in Lahore, because Mahse Rajpal published a book that is known as the Rangila Rasul, which is the reality of the Prophet Muhammad, that he was a Rangula Rasul. He was killed brutally by Ilmuddin, and the stupidity of these Muslims, you can see that 5 lakhs people were present at the last ceremony or the last funeral of that Islamic monastir in Ilmuddin. After that, Swami Sardanand was stabbed by a Islamic monastir because he was engaged in the Ghar Vapsi, or he was eager, Swami Sardanand was eager to convert the Muslims to the Hinduism, because the Islam and its followers are Islamic monasters. In the recent day, Patty Samuel virtually killed by a Islamic monastery in France. And the liberals all of the Western countries are totally stupid. In Canada and United States, which are people which are giving the asylum to these Islamic terrorists, their next generation certainly are in danger. Not will be in danger, but certainly they are in danger. Charlie Hebdo, people were killed by the Muslims the Islamic monasteries, because a man, if he is Muslim, he is not a true peace lover human beings, but he is a monastery due to the Islamic violent ideology. After that, in India, Rupesh Pandey was brutally murdered by the Islamic monastery. Kamlesh Kumari Tiwari was brutally killed by the Islamic monasteries. Kishan Bhai Barwad also killed by an Islamic monastery. Misal Khan in Pakistan was killed by an Islamic monastery in Mardan in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Many Hindu, Christian, Sikh women were abducted by these Islamic monasteries and raped, and after rape, they were found in the bushes. Babli Rana was raped so many times. Girja Tikku was also raped so many times and cut into pieces by the saw when she was alive. This is the brutality of the Islam. In the recent day, you see, when we tell about the evil deeds of the so-called Prophet Muhammad, self-styled Prophet Muhammad, people are screaming that this is the blasphemy. This is not the blasphemy. To disclose the truth is not the blasphemy, but truth is always truth. Truth is bitter, and nobody can absorb such bitterness due to his idiotic values, egoistic values, or stupidity. You see, so many women were raped by the Prophet Muhammad and his companion at the time. Zuhairiya bint Huya, Safiya bint Huya, and so many women was raped by Prophet Muhammad companions. So such type of prophet is really a prophet. Why the killing of in the recent days? Yesterday, a German tourist was killed to hanging on the Eiffel Tower by Islamic monastery. These Islamic monasteries are so shameless. They are taking asylum in the European countries and killing their people. That this is the blasphemy. What is the blasphemy when your prophet is so violent, robber, and the killer, murderist? Then what type of this blasphemy? To disclose the reality of the Islam, is it blasphemy? When there is any law in everywhere in India or in the any country that if you are telling the truth, this is blasphemy. This is very miraculous thought of the Islamic monasteries that they are saying to disclose the truth of Prophet Muhammad and Quran. Is it blasphemy? Whenever it is described in your Quran and many Islamic jurisprudence, in your Hadith, in your Sharia or Sarah. So this is not the blasphemy. To disclose the truth is not the blasphemy. This is the truth that due to the only Islamic violent ideology, many non-Muslims are being killed by these hand of the Islamic monastery in the past and future. There is no guarantee that in future these Islamic monasteries will not kill or murder the non-Muslims, because Islam forever, as they thought, or the Quran is forever as Almighty, so-called Allah, giving the voice of the Quran to send to Prophet Muhammad. But there is no proof that there is any Allah. It seems that Allah is Prophet Muhammad and so-called Prophet Muhammad is Allah. Both are the same. Both are the two face of the coin. Why Allah is so violent? Because Prophet Muhammad is violent. Why Allah allowed to rape the non-Muslim woman as a Mali Ganimat or the right hand possesses? Because Prophet Muhammad want to do this. Why the Allah allows to marry with his marries his son's wife? Because Prophet Muhammad wanted this. This is why Prophet Muhammad, when his adopted son Zaid bin Harith wife Zainab Prophet Muhammad saw her as a naked. Prophet Muhammad was lathered the body of the young woman, though she was the sister of Prophet Muhammad in relation. So this is not the blasphemy. Definitely Prophet Muhammad was the lustful. He fulfilled his lust and sent down so many verses by his own mind for his vested interest. So killing of the non-Muslims is due to the Quranic verses. And my European people and my all non-Muslim, all the ex-Muslim, when you will understand this real fact of the Islam, or we are the stupids, we are the bunches of jokers, we are the Herculean, we have no brain. Yes, we have brain, but we have no dare to retaliate in such a manner to against these Islamic monsters who are creating nuisance and violence throughout the world and killing the innocent people because they are not Muslims. This is the real teaching of the Islam. I think you could understood this reality of Islam. Thank you very much. See you.